Peace and black power, everybody. You already know what it is. We getting ready to get this building. I'm waiting on my guests to come in the room. And this is going to be powerful. This is going to be a great show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. And hit that Cash App. Hit the Cash App. I don't do this for fun and play. Hit the Cash App. That's what I do. All right? So without any further ado, we're going to get this thing popping. I'm waiting on my brother Alim Bey, one of the true legends, all right, that been here with us. Let's get it in.
Yeah. That is for my sisters trapped in religion. Wake up and free the babies. sa.neter speak the truth, he's on a mission. The house of consciousness, the final call. Will you Bible thumpers wake up, all just fall? The house of consciousness, the final call. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. I use the Bible like a lantern in the night, trying to wake up my sister to light. The house is closing in, it's a total mess. You ignore my wisdom, the ultimate test. Step inside the HOK, it's the toughest terrain, where the truth hits hard, the cuts bring pain. I try to wake you with the word in my hand, to get you to the truth, to help you understand. I gave you the scriptures, chapters and verse. I gave you the keys to break the curse. I gave you Torah to unlock with keys. Break the mental chains and be free. The final call. Yeah, will your Bible thumpers wake up, all just fall? The house of conscience, the final call. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. Fooling people can't be that hard. You're preaching from YouTube, looking for a handout. I'm standing on family, trying to bring the truth out. Welcome to the HOK, where the truth resides. No more hiding in the pews where the dies. We speak against the Bible just to wake the inner sight. Come inside the HOK doors, we bring the light. The house of consciousness, the final call. Will your Bible thumpers wake up, all just fall? Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. sa.neter, don't stop, wake the sisters up. Don't stop, wake the sister up. Don't stop, don't stop. sa.neter, don't stop, wake the sister up. Don't stop, wake the sisters up. Don't stop, don't stop.
Waiting on my guests. Waiting on my guests.
This is for my brothers trapped in religion. Wake up and free the sisters. sa.neter on the mission.
Love, where you at? Where my people at? I'm at where you at? Where you at? Where my people at? I need you to help me on this mission. Yeah. This is for my brothers trapped in religion. Open up your eyes, break out of the prison. This is for my brothers trapped in religion. sa.neter be the truth, you know he's on a mission. It's sad sad to see my brothers all so lost. It's sad to see you believe in things that's false. It's sad to see you believe in Jesus, where your logic breaks apart in 1,000 pieces. Oh, God killer, not gonna let that slide. You drowning in a myth, you had nowhere to hide. The HOK is the toughest environment. While we trade blind faith for mental empowerment, I believe in scriptures for your mind, this is the key. It's time to unlearn everything you believe. The house of consciousness, start looking within. That's where the real liberation begins. Oh, this is for my brothers trapped in religion. Open up your eyes, break out of that prison. This is for my brother trapped in religion. Sa.neter be the truth, you know he's on a mission. The HOK is more than just a place. It's a tough environment where you check your faith. Bomb squad and pseudo killers who check your sources. Don't come in front cause you will leave for losses. The Bible written to break your spirit, built to keep you low, feeding you metaphors, stopping your growth. These is for my brothers trapped in religion. Sa.neter be the truth, you know he's on a mission. It's sad to see my brothers all so lost. It's sad to see you believe in things that's false. It's sad to see you believe in Jesus, while your logic breaks apart in 1,000 pieces.
Don't give up on you, brothers. I'm not gonna stop either. I ain't gonna give up on you, brothers and sisters. I'm not gonna stop. We're gonna keep it going. Hey, I'm waiting on my brother. I just gave him a call. The wife picked up and said he will be in a minute. So I guess he's getting ready. While he's getting ready, he want at least of maybe 200 people in the building, but he'll be here in a minute. Let me play another classic joint. Did God really do this?
You are now in the toughest. Yeah. You are now in the toughest. Yeah. You are now in the toughest and roughest environment where there is no crying aloud.
Yo, he sound like Eminem a little bit. But let's go to the other one. The other one.
You are now in the toughest and roughest environment. Don't make this a disappointment. This is the HOK where stars and legends are born. Hey, yo, Yara and Mr. Apostle, the Bible got you speaking static, thinking you dropping knowledge, sounding erratic. All you Israelites in easy bands to chasing the fame, while I'm out here banging on the Bible, mentioning your names. Did God really do that? What is you talking about? Changing scriptures up for Zodiac, looking for signs while I'm reading the word line by line, and you're just reading between you a fraud is written.
God damn. Yo, that's really a classic right there. I didn't know I really got busy like that. That is a classic. Let me hear this again, man.
Yeah.
Fire.
You are now in the toughest and roughest environment. Don't make this a disappointment. This is the HOK where stars and legends are born. Hey, yo, Yara and Mr. Apostle, the Bible got you speaking static, thinking you dropping knowledge, sounding erratic. All you Israelites in easy bands to chasing the fame, while I'm out here banging on the Bible, mentioning your names. Did God really do that? What is you talking about? Changing scriptures up for Zodiac, looking for signs while I'm reading the word line by line, and you're just reading between Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. I didn't know I really get it in like that. I didn't know I really get it in like that. Everything that I'm talking about that you hear here is written. And it's written because I always talk about it where God take the girl. If she young, take her, hide her for 30 days, pare her nails, change her clothes, shave her head. Did God really sacrifice the son? Did he try to do this? Man, this is real intimism right here. Let's get it.
Yeah. You are now in the toughest and roughest environment. Don't make this a disappointment. This is the HOK where stars and legends are born. Hey, yo, Yara and Mr. Apostle, the Bible got you speaking static. Thinking you dropping knowledge, sounding erratic. All you Israelites in easy bands to chasing the fame. While I'm out here banging on the Bible, mentioning your names. Did God really do that? What is you talking about? Changing scriptures up for Zodiac, looking for signs while I'm reading the word line by line. And you're just reading between you. A fraud is written all over your face. While the HOK is trying to free the minds with grace. White slave, master whip you, keeping you in your place. Check the pressure, backwash, your foundation is brittle. When you step into the HOK, don't act crazy, be civil. Apostle, Yara, easy bands and all you Bible thumpers. Did God really tell Abraham to sharpen the knife? To take his only son and gamble with his life? Did God really send bears for kids play in the street? Just cause Elisha's bald head couldn't handle the heat. Easy bands, you out here quoting the Bible with Yara schemes. But your life is full of loopholes and nothing but dreams. The problem is not our women, it's you weak men in the dark. Terrified, hiding behind the white man's shadow, no spark. You wrap the Bible around your mind, mental chains rust. Use the scriptures every time you talk, keep us in the dust. Israelites are crazy, talking about the 12 tribe charts. The HOK break biblical facts down, tear you apart. Did God really turn a woman in a pillar of salt? That is crazy work, God, it's all your fault. Did God really send the plagues and kill the firstborn sons? The Bible is a bloody book, Passover, kill, the work is done. Did God really tell Moses, keep the virgins for yourself? After burning down the cities and the idols on the shelves, is this Bible really holy? Suit up.
sa.neter.
Mercy moves so cold and slowly. Spare only the young girl. Take one for yourself, God said. Hand them down to Israelite to lay them in the bed. Damn. Yeah. Did God really say if she's beautiful and bright, you could snatch her from her family in the middle of the night? Force her to the house, make her shave off her hair, clip her nail down while she's drowned in the fed. 30 days of weeping for the parents that you slew, before the holy law says she belongs to you. Damn, it's sa.neter, why the Israelites don't see this is wrong. As I react, you have some explaining to do.
Yeah. Come on, brother Alim, where you at, bro? Where you at? Let me give you a call live, man. Let the people hear you, man. Where you at, brother?
Peace, sa.neter.
Peace, Queen. Where the brother at? We live. I'm holding it, trying to hold it down.
Peace, God. I sent him the text. Hold on, let me okay, I'm about to text you back, but let me just call him then.
Yeah, the people in here waiting. All right.
Well, we tell him we appreciate him, and we'll see him in a minute.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, man, we trying to hold it down through the music sound, not from the underground. Let me play some up-tempo beat for you until he come in. Some Western style. Some Western style. Let's hear some Western style hip-hop. Let's give it to him.
HOK is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah. No handouts here, you have to earn your respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest, and the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cold-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites, step on the stage. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. In a cold-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. HOK, where you can't fake it. The HOK is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The HOK is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment.
You know, people used to bang on me all the time, and they still do sometimes, because we know why. Jealousy kicks in. You know, they get upset because they can't do what I do. They get jealous. But when you really look at it, I got damn near the whole internet following sa.neter. What do you mean, sa.neter? Yeah, I know I'm the one that started these conscious debates. Damn near everybody and their mama doing conscious debates now. I'm the one that brought the Hebrews and gave the Hebrews their name. Everybody want to interview the Hebrews now. I brought them out. I made them not know Yahweh. Let me get Apostle in here, because I want to make this clear to Apostle. Let me make this clear to you, Apostle. There was no Yahweh that made the Israelites known. It was sa.neter who brought the Israelites and made them public and brought them out. Please. Look at brother Captain Tazariak all over the world. And I love the brother for that, because he's using that right now. You see? It's up to you to make yourself get out there and do what you got to do. And that's what Captain doing. He's taking advantage of it. Now people want to bang on the Israelites, go at the Israelites, because I did that. I brought that out. I showed your flaws, Apostle. I showed your flaws. Shake your head all you want. I banged on all of y'all. And now everybody using my talking points and they going in on y'all. And so
that's sad, son. That's a sad thing, man. You sound like sad.
Be quiet, brother. So I had to write a song because people started coming at me. And what song did I write?
Heavy is the head that wears a crown. YouTube haters wanna pull me down. Heavy is the head that wears a crown. YouTube haters wanna pull me down. The brass keeps high in a smoky blue, while the HOK grabs a hold of you. The death for you, the ghost in you, damn. Midnight wine in a crystal glass, sipping on it, kicking Hebrew's ass. I'll never trade my throne. You jigaboo clowns, keep my name out your mouth when you hear me through the sound. sa.neter, listen, heavy is the head that wears a crown. Heavy is the head, yeah, I'm wearing it proud. Heavy is the head
for the surface while I'm out here getting found.
So what do you think about that, Apostle? Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Heavy is the head. That's why you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're putting upon yourself. But you keep on it.
So let me ask you this.
Give him, for he know not what he do.
So let me ask you this, Apostle. Would you say that Yahweh is working through me to get the Hebrew Israelites known, or are you saying no? I'm doing it on my own.
No. See, the thing is, you gotta be able to say things. If you're going to say it like that, all they're going to do is say you boasting.
So
I mean, yeah. Well, if you want to be a boaster,
so
it's not.
If I don't tell my story, who gonna do it?
If you wants to be the boaster,
if I don't do it, who's gonna do it?
In the same way, you can boast, you can be a base.
But check this out. Isn't the Most High a boaster? Don't the Most High tell you I do that?
They can afford it.
Be quiet while I'm talking. That's why y'all can't mess with me. Isn't the Most High a boaster? He's the number one boaster. He tells you everything comes from me. I do this. I did that. I made that woman. How you say it? When he sent down to Pharaoh, he hardened his heart. I'm the one that hardened them women's heart and made them stay lesbians forever. Didn't the Most High tell you that, Apostle? It's in your Bible. He said, I'm going to harden your heart to make you stay a lesbian forever. I'm going to harden your heart. That's your God. Instead of him sending down the Spirit to take that negativity away from them, he hardens their heart to make them stay lesbos. Don't get mad at me. He boasts about that. Come on, I'm telling the truth.
You're the one that's struggling with it. I'm not struggling with it.
I'm not struggling with it either.
Yeah, see, he can do that.
You know what y'all mad about?
You ain't create nobody.
You know what y'all really mad about? What you really mad about? What you really mad about is that Nepal taught me a lot on this Bible.
Nah. Then I guess I would agree with Nepal.
Mad as hell. Y'all mad as hell.
Following Nepal and not Jesus.
And I took what she taught me. And oh my God.
I know who I follow. I know who my God is. Like Christ told the woman at the well. I know who my God is.
And who is that?
I know who I worship.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
But it's all right. Come on, brother. Where you at, bro?
I know who I worship. Right now, you depending on God right now just to help this dude show up.
No, I'm not dependent on God. What the hell are you talking about?
Anything could have happened.
I'm not dependent on no God to help him make him show up.
Yeah, I would.
I might have to start this thing over, man. Let me see. I might have to do it all over, man. Because
trying to help you outside.
I know the God not on there yet?
Nah, he's not on here yet. Did you send him the link? You sent him the link and everything?
You know I did.
Yeah, he's not on.
Okay.
Call him while I'm on the phone.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So, Apostle.
You think the dude got scared, man?
No, brother, this is one of our metaphysical. This is one of our best teachers, brother, back in the days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hell no, he ain't get scared. He's the one that debated Sarah Sutton on the Moors.
Oh, that was a long time ago then.
Yes, brother Alim Bey. All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
What I did was I took what Nepal taught me and I added to it. And I added my flavor to it.
You shouldn't have done that.
No, I should have done that.
No, you should have.
My flavor to it, brother.
You should have just took what she told you and relaxed in that.
Nope.
But you went too far with it.
No, I didn't. Everything I said in the Bible about the Bible is correct.
Oh, okay.
Back it up. with the scripture.
No.
All right, challenge me. What have I said that's not in the Bible? Challenge me.
Satan and God is one.
And that is correct.
No,
Did God create Satan?
Did God no?
Oh wow! So
No.
that God is creating everything.
The being
To me,
became Satan.
that means God didn't create everything.
God created everything. Satan is a mind.
Did God create everything?
Satan is a mindset.
I asked you, did God create everything?
God created everything.
So did God create
what a thing is?
Did God create Satan?
Satan is not a thing.
You're a double-minded man.
Now
you're a double-minded.
A place or a thing. Come on, sir. You got to know better than that.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, man. You got to know better than that, man.
I got to pull up Isaiah, where God said, "I created the darkness.
God
created the light. I created the evil."
Light is a thing.
Oh,
okay? Even sin is not something that God created. Man created sin by doing sin. God didn't do sin.
God created. Listen to me, Apostle. This is where you deal with slow gases. God created sin. He created it for you to use it or you not to use it. He created evil for you to get into evil or not get into evil. God created everything. And guess what? The devil is God's right-hand man. He is God's right-hand man, brother. What are you talking about? He is Satan. God is the hitman for God.
I agree with that.
All right, then. All right.
I agree with that. Satan is God's hitman. I agree
with it because I know what I'm talking about. I'm the one.
You don't. They're your friend. Your friend's here.
All right. Anyway, we got our brother here. We got our brother in the building.
We sure do.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I forgot you was on the phone, Queen. I forgot. My bad. Peace. We out.
Gotta make sure everybody gets hooked up.
All right. Thank you. Brother Alim, what's going on, brother?
What's up with you?
Man, everything is good, all wise and civilized.
All right. I heard you dropping some science right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach the Hebrews. I've been teaching the Hebrews for a long time, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Here's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to go into the Epstein files. That's what you're here for. And we're going to talk about the war and what's going on in Iran. So without any further ado, I don't want to waste the people's time no more. Introduced him. I told them this is the brother that took on sa.neter when all of the other Moors was backing out, was running. Alim stepped up to the plate and said, "Let me get him." So I got him. And this is the brother right here that took on sa.neter back in the days. What's going on?
And look what the movement turned into. I told him right then, if you remember, so I said, what I just dropped on y'all not even going to remember or figure this out until 5 years later. You know, so
yep.
Yeah.
All right, so where you want to start off at, brother? You can share your screen if you want.
Yeah, I want to share my screen.
Okay.
You know, let me see here. Okay. You can tell me if you can see it when I pull it up here.
All right, not yet. I don't see it yet.
Okay.
All right, I see it.
Okay. Right. Okay. All right, so let's get into the Epstein files. And we're gonna go to Incredible Humans.
Yes, let's get it.
All right, this is February the 9th, 6:30 a.m. Viral posts on social media have once again brought Jeffrey Epstein into the spotlight, with claims that he is still alive after a photo allegedly showing him in Israel began circulating online. The image shared widely on X and Instagram shows a man resembling Epstein walking on the street and has targeted fresh conspiracy theorists and and intense debate. Many users question whether Epstein really died in prison in 2019 or if he managed to escape justice, pushing the topic to trends across platforms. Fact checked, and multiple media reports have now debunked the viral image, confirming that it is AI generated and not real. Experts highlight clear signs of an artificial creation, including background inconsistencies and visible AI tool makers. No official authority or credible source have provided any evidence to suggest that Epstein is alive or living in Israel. Authorities continue to stand by the official claim that Epstein died in a New York jail in August 2019. Now, all right, let's look at this. Number one, when we look at various, let's say the nose of Epstein, him living or dead, as they would say, the noses happens to be different, as you can see here, as well as also the fact is of the ears. The ear is attached on one and the ear on the other is unattached. All right. Unattached would be the one in which that we are looking at in the middle to the far right. And then the attached would be the ear in which that is supposedly of Epstein, in which that is dead, to the furthest right. Now, these are inconsistencies. And because these inconsistencies do exist, we are looking at a body double in which they have been utilized. And so when we look further, we can see that when they say Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, we can see that this sighting actually did take place. And as we see here, let me pull it down. Let me see. Okay, hopefully you can see. You will see him walking here with his bodyguards. Now remember, he's Mossad. He's a Mossad agent. That's what people fail to put together here. He was obviously a high-ranking Mossad, and he worked for the Rothschilds. Now, he worked for the Rothschilds. That's interesting because when I go back and from the research that I did on the Epstein files, it says that Donald Trump, according to the Rothschild, it stated that he liked the name Rothschild. That's interesting because we find out that not only did Jeffrey Epstein work for the Rothschilds, but Trump is doing the bidding now for the Rothschilds specifically. We know that Netanyahu, as I refer to him as, because, as we know, the fake Jews are the synagogue of Satan, according to Revelations 2:9 and Revelations 3:9. And that's what we refer to him as, is Netanyahu. But anyway, he is the puppeteer along with the Rothschilds, because the Rothschilds invented the so-called state of Israel. Okay? And of course, we know that the state is headed by Netanyahu. And Jeffrey Epstein had direct connection to the Rothschilds working for them, and therefore direct connection to Netanyahu. And so here we see a picture of Epstein. Of course, this has been said to also be an AI. And this is the picture in which that they are talking about that is allegedly AI. I do not per se say that it is, but it could be. However, there had to be a reason why this was done, because now we see the same thing take place with the speculation concerning Ghislaine Maxwell. And of course, we found out that her father, Robert Maxwell, was the head of McGraw Hill books, which are the books in which that we grew up reading. All right. I know Generation X did anyway, in which that we got a lot of fake Jewish Anne Frank and different other so-called stories of the Holocaust and Auschwitz and different things like that to, have sympathy for them when we bypass our own Holocaust, as you have shown many times over the years, but here we find that according to speculations built through close examination of the jawline, the nose, the eyes, with questions over authenticity, we find that it ain't that much weight that you can put on that you would change the noses. And that is a body double. There's no doubt about that. Not only is the nose much larger, that's a wig in which that obviously is being worn. It seems like the jawline is definitely much more flat and rounder as compared to the jawline in which that we see here. We see that the face is more rectangular on the real Maxwell as compared to the one in which that they showed us within the last 2 weeks. This is the one from 2 weeks ago, in which that, as we see, the nose and the eyes are more square. The chin is more round in that sense. As we see the real Maxwell, her chin is more pointy. So we find out that she's been spotted in Quebec, in Canada. All right. And from this sighting, which this is her, there's no doubt about it, because did the examination on the eyes, the teeth, and the space between the teeth and the eyes is perfect. And a matter of fact, it went through AI detection, and even AI had to say that this was an actual video in which that was authentic. However, the AI also went with the narrative that no, she's in jail still. She's in prison still. Now, there was a guy who was with her, in which that allegedly some people think that it was Alan Dershowitz, who was Epstein's lawyer. However, we find out that actually is Maxwell's brother. All right. And so this is who this is her brother. Here you can see basically the same smile, nose. He don't have his glasses on, but you can tell that that is actually him. All right. And this is who she was spotted with, her brother. So It says right here, according to Celeb Pop, it says prison workers found with multiple stab wounds, and he died. Let's say that. Also, he helped swap Ghislaine, Maxwell. Y'all, something fishy is going on with the Epstein case, and things are about to get nasty. See, a prison worker was found on the grounds of the Metropolitan Detention Center with multiple stab wounds. And this wasn't just any employee. This was the man who allegedly claimed he helped swap. All right, who helped swap her? All right, Ghislaine Maxwell out of prison. Yeah, that Ghislaine Maxwell. And it says for months now, people have been side-eyeing how Maxwell has been moving through the federal system. All right, she was in Florida. She got moved to Texas. Now, this was in Brooklyn. For months now, people have been side-eyeing how Maxwell has been moving through the federal system. From the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn to cushier facilities, special treatments at FPC Bryan, puppies. All right. In other words, she got puppies. All right. Concierge style perks, all while serving time for some of the worst crimes imaginable. It's already felt off. But then this whistleblower comes forth saying that the woman behind bars wasn't even her. He claims that he was a part of the team that helped orchestrate the swap and that a body double was paid to serve the sentence. And before he can fully spill, he died. Or he's dead. Officials say it was a inmate fight gone wrong. Critics are calling it a cleanup job. And when you stack that on top of the suspicious transfers, the political meetings, the sudden upgrades in prison life, and the timing of everything, it stops feeling random. It starts feeling coordinated. And if this goes where people think that it goes, that it does, then what's happening behind these prison walls is way bigger than anyone wants to admit. All right. So, and not only do it feels off, it feels very calculated, as with the main purpose of AI tech and billionaires that push it, such as Elon Musk, in which that we know that Elon Musk claimed that he wasn't involved with Epstein, but now we see that there are emails in which that he was asking during the Christmas time to come on in and party with Epstein, party like it's 1999. All right. And so the billionaires that push it, its purpose was to flood the public with distortions of reality. So you end up questioning things that you see with your eyes. Previously, the baseline standards for determining truth. Now, everything can be falsely generated, and then the actual real videos will be mixed in and dismissed as possibly AI. It's all part of the agenda of the powerful and the unfortunate. Governments have had AI tech for decades. They only decided to release it to the public use now for deliberate psyop program or reasons. All right. So that's what we are really seeing here. And so let's look at some of this list in which that Jeffrey Epstein had, and not just the list, but who was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. All right. We know that Ghislaine Maxwell, she was the former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein. All right. We know that Prince Andrews recently got dethroned or detitled, all right, of his princehood by King Charles, who also was named in the original reports. But Prince Andrews is the one who just kept going. He's the Energizer Bunny. Okay, he's the Energizing Bunny. And so we got Bill Clinton, who just actually did, him and Hillary Clinton just did some talks within the last few days here of them claiming that they weren't really close to Epstein. But yet there are numerous occasions in which that both of them were on the flight log heading to the island of Jeffrey Epstein. All right. And then Bill Clinton, Epstein had a picture of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, which of course that blue dress symbolizes the blue dress in which that had the, as we would say, the cum stains on, in which that was Monica Lewinsky. All right. From back in the days when she was blowing him in the Oval Office. All right. He was getting oral in the Oval. All right. Now, we also got Donald Trump, who it is said, who's been mentioned at least over 38,000 times out of the 3 million files of Epstein. That's more than Jesus being mentioned in the New Testament. Okay. And if you read and study what is being said about Donald Trump, he didn't necessarily participate in killings, but he did have sex with the underage girls, 13, 14 years old. All right. And then we got Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is a known psychopath, sociopath. And if you hear things concerning her, we can go back and look at David Icke when he was interviewing the Queen Mother. And I'm not talking about the one who sat on the throne, Queen Elizabeth, but you can go back and watch the tape of him interviewing who they call the Queen Mother or the mother. And you would see that she spoke about a lot of these people. All right. And there's also CIA agent, former CIA agent, in which that his wife, in which that he helped get out of this type of sex slave trafficking. And she makes mention of Hillary Clinton and how Hillary Clinton loved to look and poke and prong her vaginal area. All right. And you can look that information up. That information is also in my book, Planetary Genesis, Stargate DNA, and Human Extraterrestrial Origin. Because you're not dealing with humans. You're dealing with these reptilians. All right, that's another story. All right, then, of course, we got David Copperfield. All right. Is David Copperfield still alive, or is he just doing one of his magic tricks and has disappeared? Because no one is talking about him. All right. Then we got John Connolly. He was a New York police detective turned investigative journalist who investigated Epstein. And then, of course, we got Alan Dershowitz. If you don't know who Alan Dershowitz is, you have to go back to the O.J. Simpson trial or case. And Alan Dershowitz was one of the team lawyers for O.J. Okay. And of course, as they say, prolific lawyer. And Punick, who represented Epstein in 2006. Punnett. All right. And then we have Leonardo DiCaprio, Mr. Titanic himself, in which that if you go and do some research, is a known cannibal. All right. He liked to eat human meat. All right. So he done turned himself, completely into the reptilian nature of himself there. All right. Then we have Al Gore, who we remember who is vice president. All right. Stephen Hawkins. I don't even know what he was at the island for, like he can do anything. And then we have Michael Jackson. I'm not going to read everybody's name, just the more famous names in which that we probably would know. But Michael Jackson. Well, come to find out that, yes, Michael Jackson's name was on the list. However, we find out that Michael Jackson was actually a spy and was trying to save the children. And this is why he formed Neverland, because he was actually trying to save the children from being sexually molested and being sex slaves. All right. And this is according to Epstein. If you go and do the research on Michael Jackson through the emails. All right. Then, of course, we have Kevin Spacey, who is known for sexual assault, even though it said he was found not guilty of sexual assault in 2023. All right. But he is a known homosexual, and he does do those types of things. All right. Then we have George Lucas. All right. Y'all know who George Lucas is. Oh, Star Wars, saga man himself. And we continue on here. Naomi Campbell, her black bitch ass, is the one in which that she was doing some of that recruiting along Ghislaine Maxwell. All right, she would do she would go to Haiti, and she would go to these other parts of Africa in order to get children, in order to do what they do. All right. Then we have Bruce Willis. Wonder why Bruce Willis have been playing for the last few years that he don't remember shit. Okay. I mean, literally, he don't remember shit. I don't remember. I plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? It's like David Chappelle. I plead the fifth. And that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Willis don't remember shit. He knew it was coming, and he just started playing. He don't remember shit. All right. Now, Bill Richardson, who's the former governor of New Mexico, before he died a year or so ago, there was allegations brought up against him, but nothing was found at that time. But now, before this information out, they would have had his ass. And then you have Cameron Diaz. She was out the limelight for quite some time, and then just came back recently to appear in a movie with Jamie Foxx about children being taken. Okay. Y'all have to go and see that yourself. Now, Noam Chomsky, all right? Y'all probably know who that is. Chris Tucker, y'all definitely know who that is, don't you? Yeah, Chris Tucker. And he admits that he was there. But he said he didn't know, it was the plane, and, plane was, he didn't know who plane it was. And, he acted like he didn't know where the hell he was going. All right. Well, nigga, you ain't go through rush hour, nigga. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Sarah Ferguson, the Dutch of York, all right, the former wife of Prince Andrews, she was with him too. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr., his ass was there. All right, Mr. Conspiracy himself, he happened to be there. All right. Now that's interesting, because he's supposed to be helping to get the industry to take out Red 40 and all these different additives from out the food, But yet I'm seeing more and more bioengineered ingredients in the food. Okay. You look on the back of most of the bread, most of it is now GMO, which they don't even use the term GMO no more or any longer. It is now bioengineered ingredients. Okay. Now, you're looking at several of the accusers. Annie Farmer accused Epstein of sexual assault. All right. Virginia Giuffre, formerly known as Virginia Roberts, accused Prince Andrews of sexual assault. Okay. Look those up, those names. And we continue on here. We see also here Stephen Kaufman. Checking them out. And we also see here Holly Robeson, named as a teen recruiter for Epstein in police documents. And Dave Rogers, private jet pilot for Epstein. So, interestingly, Chris Tucker said he didn't know who plane it was, but I'm sure he met Dave Rogers also. Okay. And then, of course, we had Johanna Schoberg, in which that she claimed was sexually abused while underage by Epstein. Also claimed Prince Andrews touched her breasts. Okay. Then, of course, we got Les Wexner, former of the L Brands and former business partner of Epstein. And Abigail Wexner, the wife of Lex Wexner. All right. You got them. And then we have, let's see here, going to the last right side here. And y'all can read that. But these are just some of the people in which that has been mentioned in the Epstein files. And of course, you can go back and do more research. Indeed, being that they're all over 3 million files concerning what actually took place. Okay. Now, why is this information so important, and how does it link to Donald Trump and what he's doing right now with Iran? Well, there's certain things in which that is taking place. Number one, as I spoke of earlier, he's a puppet for the Rothschilds, who are Zionists, who formed what we now refer to as Israel. So he does the bidding of the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds is one of the 13 top Illuminati families. Okay, you have the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Morgans, the Freemans, the Lees, the Reynolds, the Russells, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Van Dyne, the Merovingian, as well as also Knoop and McDonald's and Disney, if you want to add them into the mix. These are the families in which they marry back into each other in order to keep the money amongst themselves in that regard. All right. And all of the trinkets that comes with it, as well as also the way that they exploit the Gohim, as they refer to the masses as. We're not Gohims, though. The majority, 50% of Africa and 60 to 75% of the so-called blacks in America are Israelites. And I'm talking about Hebrew Israelites. I'm talking about by bloodline, not because of religion. All right. That's the problem now. As Sa said, that he got to teach the Hebrews this information is because they failed to understand that this is about bloodline. This ain't got nothing to do with religion. All right. The reason why things are mentioned in Leviticus, the 11th chapter, about what to eat now, and what you can eat and what you can't eat, is because you have a certain haplogroup as being part of this bloodline. And that bloodline is E1B1A, which I was the first to break the information on that. And I brought that information to Brother Sa. And when I bought it, you niggas laughed. Y'all ridiculed me. And then all of a sudden, other top speakers started saying the same thing on Sa's platform. And then the shit became normalized. But when I come and break certain amounts of information, your niggas laughed, try to say, you don't know what he's talking about. But yet, within a matter of months, you're saying the same shit I already said. Your niggas parrot. So right now, I'm just saying, keep your freaking mouths closed until you can get more information concerning what we're talking about. And the simple fact is that Trump is being controlled as a puppeteer, as a puppet by the puppeteers who is the Rothschilds who formed Israel. And so he has to do the bidding of Israel because he's in the boat with Israel. So this is why they had to attack Iran, because Iran is one of the most powerful Middle Eastern countries, and can actually wage war against Israel. Okay, they know Israel. They can mess with Palestine, but they couldn't fuck with Iran. So they needed help, and so they got the United States to do that. And so this is just some of the information in which has come out, and the Rothschilds allow for this information to come out, being that they are the top Zionists and founders of Israel. They had to somewhat pressure Trump into doing their bidding before they release some of the real documentation. All right. And also what they found in Iran, according to the metaphysicians, is that there is a Stargate. It's called Stargate 10. in which that this is the final Stargate. All right. Some of y'all might remember they went into Iraq, found the Stargate. They went into Afghanistan, found the Stargate. And they even had to do battle with giants in Afghanistan to acquire that Stargate there. But this Stargate is the last of the Stargates in which that would give them enough power in order to bring entities here or leave this particular realm and go elsewhere. All right. So this is one of the things that we have to look at too, is the metaphysical standpoint behind why they are doing these particular things, such as this war. And notice this isn't even ground. This is not a ground war. This is a missile war. And Trump said that there's only 3 Americans in which 3 United States citizens in which that died. Truthfully, it's close to 600, if not more, that actually has been killed. So Trump is lying on that front, you know. So I just want to say that. Are there any questions, sir?
Nah. I'm gonna wait until we open it up for the people to come in and ask the questions.
Okay. All right. So, go back and do some research on some of these names. All right. I just got into the main ones because of the fact is that the list is long. And then even a flight log gives you even more information concerning these individuals. All right. And some of the individuals that's not even listed here. You know, that's what gets me. You know. All right, so we go up. All right. You said there's no questions yet, sir?
No, only when I open it up.
Oh, okay. Only when you open it up.
Yeah, like when you finish your presentation.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, the first one we got up in here is Apostle. Brother Apostle, what's up, man?
Greetings, bro. Shalom, man.
Shalom.
What
you are about?
Apostle, you playing something?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's Alim playing something.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm dead.
Yeah, hold on, sir.
Yeah.
Somebody playing something.
Yeah, that's Alim in the background.
You want me to wait?
No,
yeah, you gotta wait till he come back. All right, go ahead. He's here.
All right, so I want you to understand me, brother. You are about as close to where I am without stepping over the bridge, stepping off that cliff, and revealing that you are the reason. You are probably close to the reason why I moved off the East Coast into the mountains of Tennessee. And just me saying that ought to let you know. But You know, because these people on these channels, man, they think they know, they think they got a clue, but they don't. If they can't look at what's going on, and if they're sleeping comfortable at night, I don't mean by worrying, but just by not giving a thought to what the hell is going on, it's because they don't know what's going on.
Right.
And that's worse. That's worse, because while we sitting up here talking about God and the devil are buddies, and all of this, there's some real stuff going down enough right now to let you know, if you here right now ain't storing up your water, if you ain't been doing it 6 months ago, storing up your water, laying up you some gold, I'm talking about pocket silver, because that's the only thing that's going to be worth a damn.
Right.
And I'm trying not to say anything because I don't want to draw no attention here, because I just want to play like everybody else, stupid. Like I don't know a damn thing.
Right.
But you better believe you better know something.
Mm-hmm.
You think these people done screwed with our food? And they talking about they don't believe in God. You better be praying over what you putting in your belly.
Right.
That it don't come back and bite you from the inside.
That's what we're talking about. Yep, the bioengineered ingredients. Exactly.
You know, talking about the punch, the jump, and all they got to do all this signifying and signal this and signal that. Just trying to help these these stupid people, man.
Yeah.
But you imagine the worst thing ever.
All right, Apostle, don't call your people stupid, man. Come on, man.
Now, I'm not calling them stupid, son.
What did you call them?
Man.
You said these stupid people.
I'm trying to talk in a way, at least, to let you see how serious this is, man. Now, we want to play romper room. This is real.
So that's what you want to play, romper room?
No, y'all want to play. No, there are people out here want to play romper room.
All right, let me move on over to
down in Florida. Eight months ago, down in Florida, the whole police department out at the shopping center. People talking about things 8 and 9 feet tall walking in the mall.
Right.
All right, let me move on.
We sitting around here. In Afghanistan, they was up in the mountain area, and they smelled something foul coming out of a cave. And like Moses, let's go check it out. Yeah. You smell something that putrid, you ought to be going the other way. Now let's go check it out. They had to figure out the only way to stop the thing was to shoot it in the face. The thing had a javelin that was over 22 feet long.
All right, brother. All right, brother. I got to move on. The only one I know or see playing romper room is the Hebrew Israelites. You don't see them over there fighting for Canaan, for the land of Canaan, like other so-called Israelites over there doing. They believe that that's their land. And so you got these pale skin over there fighting for their land, but the Hebrew Israelites is comfortable. They comfortable right here in America. Let me go to Ashe. Ashe, what's up, brother?
See what I'm saying?
Ashe, you got the floor.
Ashe, I appreciate you, sir. Great presentation, brother. Couple things I want to pick your brain about. One more in particular. I think it was it's very interesting. Let me say this first, that Epstein had his DNA within them jabs. So a lot of these brothers who brag on these shots and getting these shots, they baby Epstein out here. They don't even know it. Yeah, I mean, so I'm so glad I did it good. Yeah. What do you think about that? Let me ask you that. Let me ask you two questions. Let me ask you about that first.
Yes, go ahead, ask him.
Yeah, like what's your Like, what's your thought on just on a metaphysical level of everybody having this man inside of them who got this jab, and then the pushing for the jab as well? Like, yeah, make sure you get that jab. You ain't got the jab, it's something wrong with you. If you ain't got the jab whole time, you baby Epstein with the jab.
Right, right. Well, we know certain things is taking place according to the information in which that we've gathered concerning Epstein. He's very intelligent. He's very cunning, sly. You know, he's the head of several programs, being a Mossad agent, you know, so forth and so on. So the people who took the jab, you know, are going to begin to demonstrate his molecular habits. And right now, his habits is cannibalism, sexual deviancy, if we want to say molestation, or whatever the case is, rape. You know,
don't say that word. Great. We say great. Or the R.
Great.
Say the R.
Okay.
The R word.
All right.
You could be on some funny stuff.
Right. Aura. The aura. Right. Right. Okay. Sorry, sir. You know, because I just be saying any and everything on my platform. Right. I don't care. but I got you. I understand. So yeah, the great, you know what I'm saying? They do all of that. You know, so we're gonna start seeing some deviancy, you know, and then remember they also put the HIV into the mRNA, you know. So before they leave off the planet, they're gonna have those types of mental patterns in their mind, as well as also pass down that through spike proteins to their children, you know. And so their children will have also Epstein within them, you know. So we got to find out even more of who Epstein is, because we know that he did more than just that. He also ran a cloning program. He also ran a genetic program in which that they was trying to make if anyone's seen Stranger Things, which is a television series which was on Netflix, you would see that they had a girl named 11, but they called her L as in God. All right. And she was able to do telekinesis and move things with her mind. He was in charge of that program, and he was trying to put forth his genetics, all right, in order to make a perfect Neanderthal / individual or beings who can tap into that type of gifts, being able to mentally and through telekinesis move things with their mind, and there's actual footage of this in which that they did release with the Epstein files, being that there was over 200,000, there was over like 200,000 tapes, and videos and things like that. So, I think that's what's going on, is that specifically.
I want to ask you the second one. Yeah, I mean, let me ask you the second one, side, because he segued right into that lane. This is now that segues right into my second question. Was it's his relation, the island's relation to the corn industry, corn as in pornography, corn stars. You know what I mean?
Right.
To the corn industry, of course, the abuse that's happening on the island, where they have they almost like a programming. So right. It's this trauma-based programming, like you explained, even like with the MK Ultra stuff, where they put you through all of these traumas.
Right.
What do we make of that, far as Epstein's influence on the heavy corn output, and also that in relation to Bayar, of course, the the account being named Baal, and then the burning of the Baal idol just 2 weeks before the whole Iran thing popping up.
Right, exactly. But when we look at Epstein, we know that he and his connections was not just part of the Zionists. Like I said, he was controlled by the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds is one of the top 13 Illuminati families, or as I call them, the Killuminazis. And they are the ones in which that basically were the accountants for the Vatican. And this is how they got rich. All right. That's how they got rich, was being the accountants for the Vatican. So they are the ones in which that, as we know, are not the real Hebrews or Israelites. They're not from Judah, which they claim is Jew is short for Judah. They're not from Judah, so who are they? They are Satanists, posing to practice Judaism. Judaism would be Tahudiism, and it would be based on those 7 universal principles. And that has nothing to do with what is within the Talmud. The Talmud is based on child molestation. Matter of fact, getting them as young as 9 years old. Even yeah.
They're Kabbalah, right?
It's right, exactly.
Right.
So this is what they're actually on. So we're looking at them perpetuating these things throughout every bit of the culture. And this is why we look at the sacrificing to Baal. It's because Baal or Moloch, that was human sacrifice or children sacrifice.
Still going on today.
And they are the main perpetrators of that. You seen the rabbis, given the circumcision, and they're having to suck the blood from the little babies' penises, right? Giving them herpes, right? Giving them herpes and everything else, right? This is what they do, and this isn't nowhere in the Bible, in the Old Testament. This is nowhere, but it's in their Talmud.
Yeah.
And they
can tell you where to go and find it.
Right.
All right, let me move on over to Asar 7. Asar, what up? 7 Asar. 7 Asar. All right, Elder Suntan.
Peace, brother. Dr. Alim I want to say this to you, brother, and this is a question that I have for you concerning the when you say jab, you meant the time when they was giving a shot for COVID, right?
Nah, don't use that. Don't say that word.
Right. You say what?
Right.
Now?
Don't say
use the word.
Right. We can't even use that word any longer.
Don't use the C word at all.
Yeah, all right, I heard y'all. Okay. But my thing with that is this right here, Brother Bay. And I'm here in Detroit, and I lost about 10 friends who didn't take the jab, right? Mm-hmm. And I was also a Little League coach. So that made me stop coaching. I coach for PAL. That's a police league here.
Police league, right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, we dealt with a lot of kids and a lot of germs at the field. So that made me just move back. And I took the jab because I had a son, and I also was a maintenance man. So I had to go in buildings to work. But my thing is this, man, and it was just so profound and just so worldwide that and I'm going to ask this directly to you. How do people get a conspiracy about half the world dying and take over there? That just really threw me off. I'm like, what's going on? So what is your answer to that question? What would make it bad to take something that would help you?
Well,
Population control.
Let
me say this is that I'm glad that you're still here, Elder, because a lot of people in which that I knew they're not.
Right.
They listen to what I said during, because I dropped this information back in 2020, March of 2020, concerning if you did have to take it, these are some of the things that you would want to do in order to flush your system out from it, and that would have been spirulina, chlorella, heavy metals from out the body, because we understood that that's what they was doing. They was putting nanotechnology into the body, and so a lot of this nanotechnology did not work very well within the bodies, and that was based on certain blood types. All right. The O blood types are the ones in which they had the least amount of problems. But if you was B or AB or A, you had more problems. If you was B and AB, you had even more serious problems. So it was based on the blood type. And that's what we found out when going back and analyze. More than likely you have O blood type. So you didn't go to the extreme of have the problems in which that others have had. Because the spike proteins attacked a lot of the other people who might not even had as we say, the jab, but because of that, we seen that.
Can I say this to you?
Yeah.
Do you know a lot of people who took the jab that passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I do.
I don't. So that's just a question that I'm threw out there because I just believe that scientific matters work. Now, it was just the biggest scare that I've had. I had to work through that, right? Because it was like a Stephen King movie with me going to work and everything like that. And I just want to say, I made it through without, I got it from my son too. Took me and my son there and we made it through. And then, my family, everybody I know who got it did not pass away. The people in Detroit that I know, and I'm not boasting up nothing. Everybody who got it and didn't, nobody passed. But the people who didn't, and I had my best friend, he said it was so crazy. He almost passed, but he made it out of there. He made it out because he had it first, right? And then after that, then he got it. He took the jab after they did what they did. And I'm gonna say this, and because I don't want to be long-winded. He said he was in there laying on his back, suffering, and he could see the whole room was cloudy. He could hear the TV, but couldn't see it. He was saying all of these things, right? But then he said one night, a guy came in, a male nurse came in and said, "Look, you got the thing, baby." He said, "What I want you to do," he was a African American doctor. He said, "What I want you to do, dude, turn over and lay on your stomach, and don't lay on your back. Lay on your stomach, and you should be okay. You just do that." And do you know he did that? In 2 days, he was going out of Providence Hospital in a wheelchair. Everybody was clapping because he was on his way out of here. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that he said was to turn on your stomach. Then my pastor, which is like a father to me, he told me to put salt, make salt water, spin it around, drink it, gargle with it, and that'll help. And I told my nephew, he was in, the penitentiary, right? I told him to do it, and he did it because he said that.
Sanchez, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the jab, man, and people falling.
We're talking about the war, brother.
Oh,
We're
no,
talking about the war in the Epstein case.
Okay, well, I was just they
Well,
brought the
let me say
jab
this.
up.
Let me say
It's
this.
related.
Let me say this because it is related because Epstein was known
That's
to
why
have
I brought
been,
it up. Sorry about
been
that.
part of.
Okay, Santan, all right.
Yeah, Epstein, along with Bill Gates and others, was known to have been the ones who actually
Created
the jab. So
Okay, so like that's what got me off on that, diatribe about it, because I heard you mention it and then I correlated it. Right. So, all I'm saying is this. So if they made the thing up, so it was, and I'm gonna leave it at this. So it was just lying about it coming from Beijing or something like that.
Right.
Okay. All right then.
That was Trump.
All right, let me go on over to 7 o'clock. I called you the first time, brother. You wasn't there.
Yeah. I heard that.
All right, come on. You got the floor. Fix your mic.
Yeah, brother, I enjoyed it.
Turn your mic up. Turn your mic up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. My
Sound like the mic is in another room.
Yeah, it was. You can hear me now, though, right?
Yeah,
clear.
Well, it ain't supposed to work that way, man.
But everybody can hear me?
Yeah,
clear.
Okay. I just wanted to say, brother, it was a great presentation. We did a show a couple of days ago, covering a lot of this stuff. You did a little more extensive with Epstein, though. I really like what you did. I don't know if you went on to Drop Site News. They did a really good article and covered all the information in there about Epstein's ties to Israel. And people failed to realize how powerful Epstein was.
Right.
He was so powerful. Not only did he have the connections and was able to help aid in the Iran-Contra issue, which was all the way back in the 80s. He also, if you look at some of those emails, the prime minister, the ex-prime minister of Israel, could not get a meeting with Putin. He couldn't do it. He tried to get it. He had to go to Epstein to get that meeting. That's how powerful. These are world leaders,
right,
coming to him in aids to get meetings with other world leaders. So this was a man that was very powerful. That's why all the doubts of his death and the circumstances around it, I had him from the beginning. When I heard Epstein was supposedly committed suicide, from the beginning I was skeptical, because not only he had hundreds of millions of dollars, he had billionaire connections and governmental connections. To stage this would be easy to do that, right? So, and then you see the sloppy cover-up of it by the Trump administration, right? So I think you did a really good job on that. I have a question for you, though. How do you connect Epstein to the Rothschilds as far as the funding? I know I see the information for his connection with Leon Black and as well as Les Wexler, but where do you get Rothschild connection?
Yeah, in the if you go to the Epstein files, it's called EpsteinExposed.com. And you can pull up all the files there.
Okay.
EpsteinExposed.com.
I'm gonna check it out.
And you can read on there that he was in constant contact with Edmund D. Rothschild. He was in constant contact with Adrian D. Rothschild. And so those connections, shows over and over again throughout the Epstein files.
Do you remember any of what those emails were outlining in the conversations that he was having with those Rothschild?
A lot of the information concerning it, Rothschild, it was like they was buddies. A lot of it was like long, real connected buddies. It wasn't like it was, like business. It was just like, hey, there's something public in which that you might want to check out, this and this and this, and that type of thing. Yeah,
the code talking. There's a lot of code talking he does with a lot of rich people. I mean, there's an email on there with Bill Gates asking him for some
Right.
aid him in his sexual. He had a sexual disease. He wanted to sneak it to his wife. He wanted to sneak it to his wife.
Right. He wanted to get rid of it, and he needs some antibiotics. Yeah.
He wanted Jeffrey to aid him in getting it. Now this guy's a billionaire. Why is he coming to Jeffrey Epstein for something that he could actually aid for? Right.
Exactly.
So his connection to these billionaires and these world leaders, it's important to know. And I believe a big part of this is why Donald Trump started this war.
Right. Exactly.
And we're on the brink of World War III, brother. We're on the brink of World War III. Right?
World War III.
Yes.
Man, we on the brink of it being over.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know how big Iran is? It's 93 million people in Iran.
I know how big Iran is.
Okay,
China's
so it's not
bigger.
going to be like Iraq.
China's even bigger.
But China is an ally to Iran. China is an ally to Iran.
Say what?
Hold on. I want to finish discussing the brother though, because I don't want to get back and forth with you, Apostle. But I also want to ask you about Iran and Israel, because I heard you speaking on their claim to the land, and sa.neter spoke on it earlier. I wanted to address how they are actively, and the Paul spoke on it on another show, about how they are trying to make sure that these prophecies and these promises that were in that book come true to them. And you have black Hebrew Israelites out here claiming to be Israel, and they've been doing this for a long time and have not made not one foothold into trying to keep any of those promises from that book, or even to try to claim that land over there. While you have these Ashkenazi Europeans come in there, make claims to the people of the Jewish, and actually created a power structure to move on it. And they're doing it right now.
Yeah. It's not for us to claim it. But what's going to be ours is going to be ours. Can't nothing stop that.
In the book, you guys, in the Bible, wasn't they claiming it?
No.
They went in there and
but we understand why we're not there. We know why we're not there.
Why you're not there?
Because of the curses. That's why we're not there.
Oh, because so the curses didn't afflict them, huh?
They're not Israel. No.
Well, they show is taking over. They show is claiming Israel.
It was given to them.
Not only are they claiming Israel, but they also claiming these lands. The name of that story.
And the book says that it was given to them. Read Luke 20, where it says, and the land shall be trodden down by the Gentiles until the end of the Gentiles. So the Gentiles is in charge.
When is the end? When is the end?
When the end is.
Dr.
So
Alim,
you guys don't be waiting in perpetuity. These people claiming your birthright.
No.
You guys gonna be waiting in perpetuity. Go ahead, brother.
What's going on?
I just wanted to ask Dr. Alim El Bay.
We know what's going on. We ain't got to prove nothing to you.
You can't just cut in. Just hold on, brother. Hold on. And you got to prove it to yourself. And I agree with sa.neter 100%.
Well, you can agree with it. Both of you can be wrong.
When I'm talking, you got to talk over me, brother. Just relax. Just relax, bro. Just relax. sa.neter is 100% correct. Y'all been over here boo-hooing, crying, and all this nonsense, talking about those are the curses. You believe in that you've been cursed. That right there in itself is a term of defeat. You done defeated your damn self because you believe that you've been cursed. So if you feel that you are a cursed people, then goddamn it, you're defeating your own self. What is wrong with you, man? Stand up like a man. Now you don't want me to talk. Stand up like a man, like y'all say, y'all the children, y'all the people of God. Well, show us you the people of God. If they not the true Israelites, then how come they over there fighting for something that's not theirs? And you over here crying. So cut it out, man. If God over here crying, brother, you can't just shut up. Man. I don't want to say shut up. You can't be quiet, brother. respectfully, you can't just be quiet and let me finish and get it out. I know it hurts. I know it hurt.
It don't hurt.
Yes, it do. 'Cause you keep cutting me off. And so all I'm saying is y'all over here boo-hooing, talking about the white man this, the white man that, but you got a superpower God that's supposed to be backing y'all. And it don't look like God is backing you right now. It looked like God is backing them. And in the Bible, when Jesus spoke to some Israelites, he said, you are of your seed. He said, you are of your father, the devil. He wasn't talking to no Europeans. He was talking to goddamn the so-called children of Israel. He said, you are of your father, the devil. You are a murderer from the beginning. The lust of you. I mean, who he was talking about? He was talking about Israelites. Not no goddamn European Israelites.
That took
the boy. This is really cutting this boy up, boy. He's hurt. When I speak, man, he's hurt. But anyway, man, Alim, I would like for you, brother, to talk to us about how, I don't know if you did or not, because I've been running back and forth getting my dinner, but talk to us about how does this affect us here?
All right, let me this is what I was talking about, is that number one, we talking about the land now referred to as Israel. All right. We shouldn't get so caught up into the land that is now called Israel.
He acting like an agent.
Hold on. We can't get so caught up into the land now called Israel, because we know that the first place that they wanted to go was Uganda.
That's correct. And
if they would have went to Uganda, then that would have been Israel.
Facts. That's facts.
Okay. So we can't get caught up into the land because right now, I just told you earlier that 50% of Africans are from the expansion of the Bantu, and they have E1B1A haplogroup. Us here, 60 to 75% of us have E1B1A haplogroup.
But they don't know nothing about that, Dr. Alim.
No, I need you to let him finish, brother, without interrupting him, Apostle. You can speak.
But what that means is that we are Hebrew Israelites by blood. We are the seed of Abraham, but not Abraham as you would think just within the Bible. There was another Abraham in which that story came from, and his name was Amenhotep. All right? That is who we're talking about, and that was the 12th dynastic period in ancient Kemet. All right? So we just have to, get the individuals correct, because if you're going by the storyline, just within the Bible itself, some things is not going to be as clear. All right. So what I'm saying is that we are here in America. America was once referred to as Egypt of the West. So for us to step away, just like we are trying to step away now from the United States corporation, and, go and do our own things. We're still trying to do our own thing, away from them. Segregation had its moments in which that we need to still abide by, because as long as we keep allowing them to determine who we are, we keep getting the same thing, and we keep getting held and pigeon-toed, to the lowest criteria.
Hold up. Yo, Deez, don't be in the chat saying what? Get up in here, Deez. You don't know who you talking to right now. Get up in here. Go ahead, Alim.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that America was once called Atlantis, and is a known fact according to the Emerald Tablets, is that Thoth or Tahuti came from America, and they went into what we now refer to as Africa or Egypt. And it's a known fact that they drudged the Nile there within Egypt. And they made it just a little bit longer, or just as long as the Mississippi River, because the Mississippi is here in the Americas, in North America specifically, and they was mimicking what was here, and they took it into Africa. And this is a known fact because there's a book out right now. I can't remember the name of it, but it's by a Nigerian, and he said that a lot of the Africans that we now know today, such as the Igbo, such as the Yoruba, such as the people from out of Ghana, and several other places, they actually came from America. All right, and went into Egypt. Went into Africa. So that's what we also have to look at too. When we look at the diaspora and those connections, is that we say that we came from Africa, but there's many in which that were here and they went into Africa.
Yeah, I want to respond to that, brother, when you get a chance, son.
Yeah, me too, sir.
All right, hold on. Let me get Deez up in here. Deez was in the chat saying what? I think he was saying what when the brother talked about Abraham and all that. Go ahead, Deez.
Yo, peace to everybody on the panel. Peace.
Just
to
be careful. Let me warn you. You're talking to a scholar right now. This ain't the brother. This brother been in the game when there was no YouTube. He was out there with us on the streets, brother. So just to let you know.
Yeah, I can hear that he's well read. The only thing is, I would say that he's read a lot of stuff that can be sourced that's going to be detrimental to Black people. I would like to ask him that. Dr.
Alim.
Yeah, Alim. Do you find that some of the things that you've read, that you're teaching, that you are sharing with us now can be very detrimental to the Black community, as in holding us back from actually progressing? Do you think that a lot of the stuff that you're teaching is detrimental to us?
No, I think this is things in which that we need to wake up to in order to move us forward, in order to know that we have a stake, not just, on the planet, but, throughout these lands now that we reside in and on. Such here as in America, we have a stake here. This has already been proven by the fact of my second cousin, Empress Verdiasi Turnica Gaston L. Bay. She actually have Supreme Court case laws in which that shows that 30 million acres of what we now refer to as North America actually belongs to the indigenous people here in the so-called Western Hemisphere.
Let me ask you this. You just said that we should wake up to this because we would find that we have a stake. Do you know what a stake to land actually comes from? We have this thing where we have birthrights and we from this. So do you know what a stake actually comes from? A stake actually comes from when you have the military might to take something from someone. No one cares about God gave you this or you were born here. The only thing that a stake actually comes from is if you have a military to push someone wig back and make their land yours. And too many Black people falling for that BS about we have a birthright and God gave us. No one cares about that in real life, brother. Do you agree?
I think that you have a valid point. No doubt about it. But that don't mean that we can't build what we need to build for ourselves. That's what I'm just talking about, that we need to get away from integration mindset once again and begin to start doing for self, for self, of self, and by self.
So we have a blueprint. We can look at other nations, other countries who have risen up from the ashes, and they have, made themselves a place at the table. Should we not follow their example? They did not get to that by, following a lot of pseudology. They got scientific. They got weaponry.
Right.
so that they could push rigs back. That's how they made themselves a power in this land, and that's why I'm bringing to you and some others. When I hear them talking about this, we have a birthright, we have a stake, and we just have to know how to read the laws, and we have to overstand to understand.
It's not going to come just by way of reading and writing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the sword is mightier, as they say, the pen is mightier than a sword. That is just a first option in order to handle some things. But you're right. Eventually, we will need a sword. We will need weaponry. We will need, the galvanized concern. I mean, look at Iran. How many times did they break into Iran country and kept talking about weapons of mass destruction and shit? But yet they ain't never find any. But yet now, Iran is whooping that ass with their missiles, and they even saying that the United States won't even outlast Iran.
All right. Yeah. So you understand though that they got even Iran, China, they got to where they are by upping their science game. And I want everyone to understand that all this other people talking about, it's damn nice. It might make us feel good. It might make us feel like we the darn chosen people. But until we start producing tanks and missiles and helicopters and carriers and get a darn nuke, it ain't nobody listening to us and ain't nobody caring about us. They don't care about what we know about Epstein, about them eating damn kids, because we don't matter right now, because we are spooked out. We are spooked out. We still trying to line our darn chakra up.
But you know what? But this is the thing too. God, is that all this Epstein shit is a distraction. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted to say too. Being that it's a distraction, that means that they're trying to hide something else. What would they try to hide? What is it that they're trying to hide? To me, what they're trying to hide is the fact is that this information is now grown to such a level, that there's so many people now talking about that they are indigenous and aboriginal to not just Africa, but also to this land mass here called North America.
And that is totally wrong, brother. That is totally wrong.
I can't say that because
we can't say that though. Science shows us otherwise. That's part of the hustle that we like to have, where we like to talk and think that we're going to talk and finesse our way into land and power. And like I just said, no one cares about us being indigenous, aboriginal. No one cares about it at all. I promise. If we can't take it, we can be aboriginal here all we want. Can you take it from us? Is the only thing that matters. And that's what I want black people to argue on.
But we have to start somewhere, guys. We have to start somewhere. And this information is just the basic things in which that will help us get to the fact of what you're talking about. You're talking about that's the ultimate level that you're talking about. And no, we definitely is nowhere near that. And, hopefully we can get there one day. But right now we have to start with the basics. And the basics is that understanding that we are the indigenous aboriginal people here. That's just the beginning stage. I agree with you. Let's get to the stage that we need to get at for, like you said, push some wigs back, make some agreements. If not, you move that freak up out our way.
But see, people leaning too heavily on that point that you're making about us being aboriginal and indigenous here. People leaning on that, saying that, all we have to do is show them our land rights. All we have to do is go to the world court, and all we have to do is get our chakra lined up, and this is our blood. No, we have to cut that out, brother. We have to push people towards following China. Get your science right. Get people into STEM. Get people into STEM. Right. And then you can start talking something. All this other stuff, man, I'm telling you, it's just people leaning on it.
I agree with you. I mean, let's look at Japan. They got bombed in 1945 within 40 years later, we was getting every damn thing in the 1980s from Japan. You know what I'm saying? All the electronics was coming from Japan. Now it comes from China, but shit, Japan back in the 1980s, you know, and we talking about less than 40 years later, they was damn ruling the electronic market. So we got to get something in which that is that correlates to what they call it, gross national product. We have to have some type of gross national product, something which that we can do export and import with. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Japan did it with the electronics and so forth and so on, and we got to find something in which that correlate in, you know, because we got to have allies.
All right. Apostle, I promise you can go next, man. Go ahead, beat me up, Apostle.
I'm not paying you no mind, side, because right now you acting more like an Asian than anything else. And I can just ignore that, you know, because you all in some funky stuff, man. I ain't got time for it. This is some real stuff. And as far as getting your wig pushed back, I don't know what war y'all watching, but within 4 hours, United States owned the air in Iran. They couldn't fly nothing. Nothing got off the ground. Their boats didn't even get out in the harbor. That stuff was taken care of in 40 minutes. They jammed that system up when they was gathered, before they knew. By the time they found out they was in sight, it was over. Their chief leader was dead.
So you bigging up Trump for this? You big up Trump? Do you say?
I'm talking about America.
Right.
I'm talking about this white man. This man that is his second nature is war. That's his second nature. The best I can do is protect what's mine.
I think it's his first nature.
But I don't care. And it might be his first nature. But you sitting up here talking about pushing somebody wig back, nigga, you a fool.
So, Apostle, let me ask you.
No, hold on. Apostle, who said pushing somebody wig back? Who said that?
Yeah, the one, D's.
Oh.
D's.
Oh.
And look, in our United States owned everything flying in Iran. You know the Americans that died? Government workers working in the embassies, civilians. Those are the Americans that died. About 600 of them. Because they shut down just about 6 embassies over there. That's who they attacked. Ain't a single soldier lost their life. So they did shoot down one airplane. I don't know how they managed to get it down, but it landed, and the man was talking about, no, we help. Come, we for you. It landed in somebody's backyard. Talking about pushing somebody's wig back. Y'all got this thing twisted. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm probably maybe Alim, but ain't nobody got no citizenship nowhere else but in America. You ain't got nothing here. They don't recognize you. What are you talking about?
So let me ask you, what part of pushing wigs back did you not understand? Do you not understand that the only way that you obtain anything on this planet is to push someone's wig back? Do you disagree with me?
You leave it up to that, then because of our nature, we will always remain on the bottom, because you're going to rely on an ability that you don't have. You will never have a nuke. You don't have a nuke, and you ain't never going to get a nuke. So forget about it.
So looking at the current status,
looking at it, man.
No, look at it. Look at the current status
on me.
Look at the current status of this world,
too, brother.
I think everyone can go outside, look outside. There's nothing given. You have to be able to take. Since the beginning of time, there's nothing given. Allah, Yahshua is not giving no one nothing. If you can't take it by force and then hold it by force, you ain't gonna have it. Is there anyone that disagrees with it? Whether we like it or not.
I do.
That's the word.
For nothing. I didn't have everything I got right here. I paid for.
In a system that was set up. In a system that was set up by someone who
doesn't matter. It doesn't. Right now, it's sufficing. And I ain't got to kill nobody to keep it. Not to say I won't. All I got to do is spin around, and my hand is on a weapon.
That's because they have a system to where you don't have to kill anyone.
All I got to do is
all right. Can you bring it back to Alim?
my hand is on a weapon.
Let me bring it back to Keynote.
I mean, Apostle gave some atrocious misinformation right now, and I don't want our people to be misled.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Go ahead, Seven.
Apostle said that there were no soldiers killed. That is an absolute lie, Apostle. Rakufu, go ahead and
Apostle, you gotta be quiet.
Apostle, let me speak. Four of the soldiers already have been named, right? 6 soldiers had died already. So Apostle is lying there. And what Iran is doing, even though the United States is doing these missile strikes, right? Because Iran is such a big region, what they're doing is they're attacking United States allies. They bombed Dubai, they bombed Saudi Arabia. They're bombing all of these places where America has allies and has bases, and it's weakening America's military infrastructure because now they have to pull more resources to protect all of these places. And they got going on.
Hey, Seven, I looked it up for you. It said, according to official U.S. military announcements and multiple news outlets, 6 U.S. service members have been confirmed killed in the current conflict relating to Iranian operations, including attacks on U.S. forces and allied action.
Yeah, so Apostle's over here giving misinformation. Yeah. And when you talk about it's going to be over as quickly as he talking about, 48 hours. Donald Trump has said this is a 5-week war. He already gave it 5 weeks. It's going to stretch beyond 5 weeks because he don't know what he's doing. So Apostle's not paying attention to what's going on. He's just giving his opinion. I yield to Brother Alim.
All right, Brother Alim.
Yeah. No, I don't have nothing to say. I mean, what Brother also say.
I had a question for Alim. I had a question for you, Alim, since you didn't have nothing to say. I got something for you. So with
I got to get pushed back
with the Trump situation. I'm sorry, with the Epstein situation. Would you agree that that's just a sand grain island in the midst of a whole bunch on the beach as many other islands? Is what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's more entertainers who have islands. There's more billionaires who have their own islands, and they're doing the same thing. It's a network, and Epstein was just part of that network. He was just one person, and so yeah, be looking at him as if he's the pinnacle, but he's just one individual of a whole network in which that, we gave, I show, a lot of the names in which that he was dealing with over the years, and I didn't even get into his black book or into the flight logs or anything.
So listen, I've always pushed that we need weaponry, like Deez was saying, and you agree with him.
It makes sense.
Let me say this: we need proper education too, though, Alim.
Right,
now, I've been around with you since the SETI debate and before, and I know that now thing you talking about is pseudo. We come from Africa, and for you to teach that to our children,
hold up. I did not say that we did not reside in Africa. I said that according to the oral traditions of certain tribes, they said that they came from the West. Now, if they are already in West Africa and they said that they came from the West, then the only West that they could be talking about was here.
Americas. I get that. But that's
South
West
America.
Africa.
But it's not just America. It's talking about South America as well, Central America,
the whole
Jordan Islands,
Canada, all that. I get it. I get it. But
Right.
I'm saying that's not just because certain people said that. The majority of the structure of West Africa don't say that, and that's a fact. Now, if I get
I didn't say all of Africa said that.
I know you didn't. But it's detrimental to teach that. It's detrimental to teach that as the creme de la creme or the actual top hierarchy to our people when we know different. We know the science
if
says
anyone ever said
they never drudged the Nile. That never happened. They never said that pseudo tablet.
The Ethiopians said that the Egyptians came and they drudged the Nile.
No, they said that Osiris was a colonist out of Ethiopia, Diodorus Siculus. If you read the book, he left out
and drudged the Nile.
Okay, we can say drudge, but they didn't do what you just said about to make it in remembrance of the Mississippi. That's untrue, brother.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. Some things got to be, you got to feather out and find the truth of something and the mythos.
Okay, let's talk about this. The oldest relics in which that has been found in South Africa, which dates back, according to history. We talking about what is on the book called Forbidden Archaeology, and there's another book called The Hidden History of the Human Race.
You talking about the Adams Calendar?
Written by Michael Creedmoor and Richard L. Thompson.
Okay,
and they speak specifically about the fact that the relics date back to 2.8 billion years old. Okay. And that there was humanoids in South Africa, 2.8 billion years old, who smelted metals.
I know. Help me out, Deez. I need help. Right? You talk to Deez on that one, Alim. I'm gonna hold up because I ain't know. And Deez is a scientist. I don't know if you heard of that.
Yeah, I need to see some primary sources on that.
I just gave it. Hidden history of the human race.
You said they said something, but I need you. You
got to let me push back on the SAR because that was just blatant and unfair.
Read the book. Hidden history on the human race, and the other book is called Forbidden Archaeology.
When I read the book, are they going to show me the primary source to show?
They're going to give you the scientists' names, the archaeologists and the anthropologists who found these particular relics. They're going to show you where these relics were found at, what they was made of, and who made them. Yes.
Okay. Go check that out. Circle back.
All right, real quick. I got to let Apostle get back. Get him, Apostle. Get him.
When I said about Americans losing lives, it was already stated. Alim first stated that they say 6 Americans. They admitted to that. Soldiers dying. I'm not talking about 6 soldiers. I'm talking about most of the majority of the Americans' lives came from the embassies.
Which was about 600.
Right. From the embassies, not military.
Right.
And you come up talking about 6 soldiers. Right. You know how many Iranians that lost their lives?
That's what you said.
Their supreme leader is dead. The first man they killed was their supreme leader. They got no leader.
They got a leader now.
They just elected one. And if he peep his head out, they're going to kill him too.
From the same regime. And he's told to be.
It doesn't matter. They're going to kill him.
And he's said to be the son of the
What you're talking about is not a pushback at me.
Let him talk, Assad. Let him talk.
What you're talking about American lives, 6 soldiers. I told you, airplane, they managed to shoot one plane down and landed in somebody's backyard. But they were the help. Them people, those Iranians they loved on them guys. They wasn't captured. They helped them get back to their platoon. Hell you talking about? Iranians are dying by the thousands. Buildings are being destroyed. How many buildings in America has been destroyed? Huh? What school? What bomb dropped in your neighborhood?
Apostle, what's your premise, baby?
My premise is that whatever damage y'all think Iran is doing to America, forget about it. I told you within 3 hours, they had no planes to get off the ground. They had no boats to put in the canal. They blew all that stuff up in dock.
So let me ask you this, Apostle. What about the ones that just come over here like they did in Texas, brother?
Yeah,
that's the best. Apostle, let me finish my question to you, brother. Damn. What about those that's on foot soldiers that come through and just shoot up places and shoot up, churches and all of that?
Right. Yeah, we talked about that on the phone yesterday, Si. They had a black guy the other night kill 15 people. Yeah, Allah Akbar.
See?
He shot up a bunch of people. But a lot of that's not going on. But they still killing civilians. And he was an American himself. Just a misunderstood Muslim that then gave his life for no reason. I'm not going to play it. I just want y'all to look at it.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
I want y'all to look at it.
Look at what, Apostle?
This right here.
That
when you get a chance.
So let me tell you what the actual goal of the Iranians is. They know they can't touch us over here. Their actual goal is to have a long, drawn-out war, which will waste a lot of our missiles and ammunition, things of that nature. Kind of like what the Ukraine is doing to Russia. And China is just sitting back watching, watching to see if we're going to get into what's going to be a long, drawn-out war. Yeah, we crushed their Air Force and their Navy quickly, but that's a very big country. They are dug in. It will have to take boots on ground to actually take something there. You can never win a war from the air. You have to put boots on ground. So if we actually go to war and we actually want to win something there, we're going to have to put at least 500,000 boots on the ground there. And none of us want that. As a former soldier, I don't want that. I don't want to go to Iran.
Didn't Pakistan have to fight Russia and they beat big old Russia?
They said that the last time. They said when that martial guard, when that major guard force get ready, them niggas quit it. They gave their guns up so daggone quick. They were talking about how war hardened they were. I'm telling you, watch this video. You can see it happening. They tore ass up. It took 50 minutes, 48 minutes for those tomahawks to reach. But what they did, they made Iran use their network that they're supposed to shoot down missiles that cost like $1.5 million per to shoot down drones that cost $35,000.
You got it backwards. Iran doing that.
America shot drones, $35,000 drones.
You got it backwards.
No,
Iran is the one using drones.
Watch the tape.
I know. Iran is the one using drones.
I got it on deck.
Apostle, he's right. Iran that's using drones, man.
Just look at it and see if you want to show it.
All right, now let me move on to Angola.
Doing that.
All right.
Got doubt.
All right, Apostle. I'm moving on to Angola. Let's go, brother.
Yeah, what I be hearing, man, it'd be crazy. Like The information that's being disseminated on both sides is propaganda for the most part. They're exaggerating the casualties, not casualties. They're exaggerating what the effects that are occurring on both sides. The thing that what Iran wants to occur, they want the United States to put boots on the ground. The thing that is surprising Israel and the United States right now is the defense system. That Iran has the capability to withstand the defense system as far as air is concerned. But when you bring up the Navy, everybody in the world knows Iran's Navy is antiquated. That's not what they're strong at. Like the brother just said before, they want this to be a war of attrition, and they're not even trying to directly affect the United States directly. What they're trying to do is destabilize the allies in the Middle East. So when Saudi, they want Saudi to have to go down for the energy reserves, the UAE. That's really what's happening, and they're really seeing that even Ukraine, that the allies of the United States are realizing that Israel comes first. So if you that ally, then you out to dry for real. So what brother Apostle was saying, brother, you have to look at both sides in regards to the information and then take it with a grain of salt. All the reports that are coming in as far as the direct casualties, and because you can't lie about casualties. Like I said, the effects, it's gonna be exaggerated. So
all right, let me go back to Alim. Alim?
Yeah.
Watch that video.
But I've been watching the videos back and forth with direct and then with the former military with the former military officers from Russia and from directly in the United States. Just from people that's directly on the ground as well.
Right now, they are appealing to the world at large to get behind them. Militarily wise, they can't even defend their country, and they know they can't.
Brother, that's not true. You falling for propaganda. They're instigating.
Hold on, I just passed the mic to Alim.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. What you want to speak on, Sir?
You want to add on to what's going on, or you?
No. I already spoke on this part.
Oh, okay. You know? Got it, brother. Let me see. Hey, Rakufu, you want to say something, brother?
It did say that Iran was using the drones, Apostle. Go ahead. Y'all.
Say what?
I said it did say Iran is the ones using the drones heavily.
America, what I said, the first thing that Iran started shooting down were drones that America sent. They were not missiles. They had the image of a missile, but these things cost $35,000. And Iran was using missiles that cost almost $2 million to shoot them down. That was the first thing. All you gotta do is watch it. They showed it. The thing's going over there. They showed the Tomahawks. It took the Tomahawks 48 minutes to reach the coast. They were camouflaged.
I get what you're saying.
Things were 2,000 pounds apiece.
I'm not going against or no pushback to that. I'm just asking you this.
I'm sure Iran got drones. But don't say anything.
It sounds
America don't have drones.
Right, but it sounds like you saying America just,
Now, what I said.
Bad. And let me finish my statement. And the reason I say that is because I remember studying where Pakistan took on the big old bear Russia, and they supposedly won. Vietnam took on the big old America, and they won. So don't just count them out is all I'm saying.
Well, we done been there before. We seen the National Guard and what they do in the face of America. They folded quickly.
What are you talking about, bro? That's you.
The last war
that was
between Iran and America. The National Guard, when they killed the leader of Iran.
When are you talking about?
Daddy Bush. Oh, that's right. Y'all ain't that old.
Are you talking about Mossadegh?
Y'all ain't that old.
What year are you talking about?
You don't remember Daddy Bush.
Okay.
Are you talking about the same one?
Please, can I say something?
That country folded in hours.
Apostle.
All right.
About was the national guard, their military guard, and once the military guard get involved, it was going to be a long, drawn out war.
All right, Apostle, pause now. Assault 7 assault. Let's go.
Yeah, Apostle, this is going to be a long, drawn out war.
Oh, okay.
All the experts that's looking at this not only predicted that Donald Trump would go to war to Iran, right? Because he's been talking about it for years, right? But we also you got Marco Rubio and the Speaker of the House admitting that Israel goaded them into attacking Iran because they claim that Israel's going to attack Iran regardless, and Iran's going to it is an imminent threat to us because they're going to attack us because Israel attacked them. So don't come on here talking about we just gonna drop bombs and leave. We still there, and Trump has not he's not outlawed the fact or the opinion that he may put boots on the ground. Right? His supporters voted for him not to have any regime changing wars. They voted for him not to be in long-standing wars. He's doing the total opposite. The support from not only his own people but the American people is his support has plummeted. No one supports this war.
I'm not talking about supporting the war.
American soldiers have died, and he said more will. Right? And they've abandoned the Americans over there. The State Department put out a message to the Americans stuck over there in the Middle East that, hey, we haven't created any plan to get you guys out of there. And you just pretty much gonna have to do what you gotta do. And the Israelis, who we've given $8 trillion to in totality, right? They're not helping the Americans over there. So he's got us in a mess. And it ain't just as simple as him dropping some bombs and then we go. That's a lie. And anybody in the chat who would want to challenge that, come up on this panel.
When are they going to?
Instead of clicking your fingers in this chat room.
All right. I want to get these. No, I want to get these in here, right? Because first of all, I want to know, ain't nobody speak on Dubai yet. Can you imagine?
I did.
Hold on. Can you imagine some of our people over there in Dubai that's going to be living there for a long time right now? Because they can't fly planes out back into America right now. So they're going to be living there. They stuck in Dubai, and Dubai is getting hit too right now.
No, they can go to England. Remember, they had that. They talked. The sister was talking the other day. She said, "I missed the flight out to England, and from England they can get back here."
Okay, that's good.
All I want to know when the bombs going to start falling in America, man. When are they going to attack us?
That's not their plan. They're trying to get them out of the Middle East. They're not trying to attack America directly.
They're going to attack us.
They never targeted us.
You just said it. Don't think that they ain't going to attack us.
No,
I want to know when.
I never said they was going to attack us.
You just said it.
I never said.
Oh my God, nigga, now you're lying.
No, you're lying.
They're going to rematch.
Chill. You the one that's lying.
All right. Deez, it's on you, brother. You got the floor.
Yeah, real quick. Actually, they are attacking us right now. They're just attacking us in a different route. They're attacking our allies. They're blowing up oil fields. They are cutting off boat routes. They know that they cannot physically touch us over here. America is in a very special, unique situation because we are isolated from the Eastern world. So no, there are very few countries that can actually touch us, but they can touch our money. They can have our gas $5 per gallon. They can have items that we get shipped in taking longer and costing more. This is a war of attrition. No, they can't send a missile over here and blow up Washington D.C., but they don't have to darn do that. That's not what we have to darn worry about. And just as Asar said, it is not easy to conquer someone in their own country. Now, we thought that it was pure hell over in Afghan. Iraq is even worse. It's like 3 times. No, it's like 4 times. It's way bigger, and it's mountainous. They are shooting missiles from underground, you know, and then covering it back up. It's gonna be a long, drawn out war, and China's just sitting back looking to see how much money we done waste, and then China going to make that damn move for damn Thailand. No, what it's called, Taiwan, and things will get bad.
Yeah, I'm tired of me putting you all on mute and y'all just taking yourself off mute. Very goddamn disrespectful. I got to keep telling y'all it's one mic. So when I put you on mute, I don't want nobody unmuting themselves until I call on your name. Everybody like to just jump in. Let me call on you. Damn, man. Come on, we all grown men up in here. Brother Elder Suntan, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to say this, and I'm out. I do not think it's gonna be no long drawn out war, and I might be wrong, but the people over here and the politicians over here are super duper upset, Republicans and Democrats. I'm not a political guy. They're gonna get Trump butt out of there. He's just doing too much. And that's all I gotta say. You know, comment is the mother. So peace.
One thing I'm gonna tell everybody right now is this: they've been doing this for goddamn 400 to 500 years. Don't believe what the government tell you pertaining to the war. If they said it's only but five African Americans got killed, you got to believe it's probably 500 he talking about. You know, like Alim was saying, do not believe the government, man. They never going to give you the truth, man. They always going to water it down, make everybody think everything is fair seeming, everything is smooth. They're not going to give you the truth. Brother Rakufu.
Also the silverback gorilla on what Sa said, you got to remember, even if they do 20, 30 years later give you a semblance of the truth, it's going to be just that, a semblance, because at the time, they know the emotions are very high. So they definitely ain't finna give you the truth at the time of the incident, but they might give you some truth 20 years later talking about we did kill King, but after all them people that was around is going to be tired and gone and sleep, and it's going to be watered down. But I wanted to ask you, Alim, what is the connection? Because you have a familiarity, being that your name's Bay, with Middle Eastern culture. You probably got a master understanding of it. What is the connection between the white racist gang in the prison, Aryans, and Iran being the land of the Aryans when interpreted?
Well, the original Iranians were us. And as a matter of fact, there's still so-called black Iranians that's there today. These pale-skinned Iranians are descendants from out of India, along with the other albinos. And this is how you get that light-skinnedness within Asia. You know.
So the white prison gang, the Aryan nation, they following up under the Iranians, because when you look up the word Iranian, I just did it on the Google search, but when I used to do it back in the day, and I used to look in the encyclopedia, right next to it says equal land of the, and it spells it with an A, Aryan.
With an A, right.
Like the way the white boys claiming AB, Aryan. Right. So, and I was wondering, why would a white supremacist group claim to be a Middle Eastern brownish man? Something got to be something going on there.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about, is the lighter skin. The lighter skin Iranians, or the Europeans, in particular those who came out the Caucasus Mountains, began to start infiltrating those particular areas, which was now formerly known as Mesopotamia, because that's Iran and Iraq was Mesopotamia.
And also, what about the statue, Alim? Not to cut you off, but I want to just add with you, conversate with you. The statue which Dr. Runoko Rashida talked about, Varna, the color concepts in India, where you got the white head, the yellow neck, the brown body, or the black bottom of the feet. And it's Varna, a color conscious caste system over there. And the Dalits, like when you say, just give me the light, the Dalits, they're at the bottom.
Right.
The black people. Okay. Go ahead. You want to say something, Ngola?
Yeah, well, brother God Energy spoke on as far as like the people that are considered quote unquote the Aryans before. They're called the quote unquote Yamnaya people. So they came from that area, then they repopulated most of Western Europe. So that haplogroup that paternal haplogroup for most of the people in Western Europe today is most of their people. So they replaced the population through quote really genocide, and they
So
genocided their
Ngolo,
whole area
listen
of
to me.
Europe, and they repopulated it.
Okay, I get you. So, do you think the White Aryan Brotherhood is gonna rebel and go with the Iranians, or no? What's up with that?
I'm all. I don't know. I don't.
I just had to throw it out
Yeah,
there.
people that's really in Iran right now. They don't link themselves with them people over here.
Right, exactly.
That's some pseudo national socialist stuff from Adolf.
Right.
And you know that Aryan race theology comes from Hitler, right? That's where them white supremacists get that from, Raku.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading. I knew that, but my thing was this: would it be in the land of the Aryan? Like it goes back to Persia. Remember Persia and Xerxes and all that?
Right.
So
that's Iraqi way.
Right.
Mhm.
So I wonder what ideologically, and I'm reading it right here because it said this idea was the pseudoscience. It influenced Hitler, Nazi racial ideology, later white supremacist movements. But what influenced it? Was it that Varna color? Because they used to say the Arya was the lofty people that came from the north and conquered India and pushed the Dravidians and the Dalit people down south even further.
I think it has a bit of eugenics in it. So when Hitler got a hold of the eugenics, you know, he adapted his ideology of those people.
No, but there is some genetic basis to that though, as far as the Yonaya or quote unquote Aryans repopulating Western Europe. But as far as like them making them some master race and they all have blonde hair and blue eyes, that's not true.
He also, you know, he kind of put a whole, you know, they were only blonde-haired and blue-eyed people that were the Aryan race, right?
Yeah, he added the pseudo element to it, but there is some truth to that.
Who's blonde hair and blue eyed and Iran?
Hey, Alim, put yourself on mute. We can hear your conversation. Alim, put yourself on mute, or you was talking. Yeah.
All right, hey, brother Alim, we out of here, brother. I want you to go ahead and close us out. Close us out, and we done. Unmute yourself.
All right. All right. I just want to say, I appreciate the information. It's been an excellent get together here. You know, I really appreciate everybody's feedback. Hopefully, everybody learned something from tonight's discussion. And you know, let's not fall for the distractions. Let's keep everything moving. You know, moving in the sense of obtaining more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and also, like Brother D said, eventually obtaining something of substance, you know, that we can move with. You know, as I said, something of import and export, you know, gross national product, you know, and our ties to other nations. You know, if you're going to be a nation within a nation, and I really say, because the United States isn't a nation, it's a corporation. So if you're going to be a nation, you know, then we need to start operating as one, you know, and the beginning stages of that is just, you know, simply understanding the science of nationality and birthright. That is just the first stage. It's not the final destination. It's not the ultimate destination, you know. You know, start reading Return of the Ancient Ones by the Empress Ferdiasi Gaston Turner El Bay. And you can see a lot of the information in which that is being verified there within her book, in which that we have actually beaten the United States in their own Supreme Court, showing and demonstrating that the law, the land is ours, you know, and that we are the indigenous Aboriginal people. And we just have to begin to start acting like it. You know, right now, you know, we have a lot of theologies, which are fine, but we need to start tying these things together. So, that's my spin on it. And for those that want to know more information, you can go to my website, dralimlbey.com, DRALIMELBEY.com, and go there and check out our information. And I'm pretty sure you'll learn something from there. Also, we got our store, brick and mortar here in North Carolina called Juice and More. And you can get delicious food as well as also herbs. We have over 300 herbs and different things in which that you can find on the website. Oh, and just one more thing too. My father-in-law gave me some information here. It says blood moon over America, war in Persia today. The Bible said black people are the key. The Dark Covenant. Check that podcast out on YouTube.
All right, that's it, brother.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
All right, peace and blessings, everybody. We out of here.
We out. Peace.
Hit it, Si.